Hi, hello everyone. It's JC for Life here. You may know me from Twitch, also as JC for Life. Uh, Today, in a rare YouTube series, we will be, hopefully, attempting to start a series based on Total Extreme Wrestling 2020, as you can see there at the top. Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 by Greyed Out Software, who graciously provided the copy of this game for this YouTube channel, is a wrestling booking simulator. So you don't actually wrestle the matches. It's not like any of the WWE 2K games. It's not like Fire Pro. You don't actually manage the matches. It's more like Football Manager, where you sign talent, you decide who goes on the card where, you decide who wins the matches, who goes over, and so on and so forth. You have to sign new people, you have to sign television contracts and so on and so on and so forth. So we're going to get started into a new save game here, and I've already decided I'm picking my character, who is going to be my chief boy from the 90s. Shout out to OSW. Someone who's never really a kind of top star, who's never going to challenge for the world championship, and more importantly isn't actively wrestling anymore. So I'm going to pick D'Lo Brown as my character, and we're going to take a look at user talents right now. So you can there's a couple of different presets down here that you can pick. So you've got Chaotic Genius, which is I've got lots of creativity, but also I'm not good at signing people. I'm not a locker room leader. I'm not good at negotiating contracts. Basically, I am the fantasy. That's basically saying I'm a fantasy booker, but also none of the guys will ever respect me. Which is definitely not D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown is an industry veteran, so I'm going to put that as him. So I don't have good diplomacy with dealing with other companies. I don't have a silver tongue, so I'm not exactly super charismatic. I can't kind of be better at kind of nudging people in the right direction. But I am good at motivating the people that I have. I have good leadership skills, so I can kind of diffuse situations that way. Not very good at negotiating contracts, but I'm decent enough with creativity. So I'm going to go with that. That's going to be my template for my character, who is again D'Lo Brown. And I am going to play as D'Lo Brown. If there are unused characters in the database, you'd like them all to be removed from the game world? No. Keep the unused user characters? Yes, just in case. Anyway, D'Lo Brown, please select the company you want to start the game with. Okay. I thought there used to be a... Maybe it's not in this one. But I do remember one of these series you used to be able to start your own company. Maybe you don't get that option here. Unless you pick start as unemployed and then start from there. But for the purposes of this, I am going to pick NXT. Why? Because I'll admit, I have not paid attention to televised wrestling in several months, I'm going to say. So there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of people going on in the rest of the companies, or even on the WWE main roster, that I have absolutely no idea what's going on. NXT a little bit less so. I kind of, because I like NXT, but also I want to showcase the differences. Now I played a couple of weeks myself in a trial save, and needless to say, it didn't go well for me. So maybe I'm not the person to kind of actively looking forward to, but working with NXT does have its unique challenges. I'm going to play as the booker and not as the owner, which means all I'm going to be doing is booking the matches, booking the storylines. Yes, this is what I'm talking about here. So NXT are a child company of WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. So playing as the company means you face restrictions and challenges don't apply when using an independent company. So yes, that's okay. So basically, okay. So the next player turn is me at the NXT. Okay. All right. I should mention as well that this is like a aftermarket skin. This game is not endorsed by Dave Meltzer at the Wrestling Observer or Brian Alvarez at Figure 4 Online. Anyway, we're in. What was I gonna say? I was gonna talk about NXT. Yes, there is unique challenges that come with playing as NXT. Most notably is that because you're a feeder system, you don't, at least I don't believe you're able to like sign your own people as NXT. You have to wait for WWE to sign the people and assign them to you. And this also gets murky as well, because I've noticed from the brief time that I spent playing this game, which admittedly wasn't very much before I started hitting record in this video, is that from the start of the game, I should also mention that this game is completely unlicensed. I'm playing with a mod pack here. But this game, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm not really cut out for YouTube videos. I'm cut out for Twitch. I can't really edit this stuff, and I really just don't want to edit. I want to just flow through like the train of thought system here. But like I was saying, because you're a feeder system, the parent company WWE will like cherry pick your talent as they want them. So in the brief period that I spent playing this off camera before I started this series, I did have like a little kind of a 4-week program thing going here. And what happened was WWE started calling up everyone that was involved in those programs and left me with nothing. So we'll see if that happens here. Let's take a look at our roster. There is no way to search by it to like. I don't think there is. Is there a way to like sort by overness? No, it's just sort by alphabetical order. Also, it should mention like when you're searching the roster, it will search through not just your wrestling roster, it will search through everyone. So like Triple H will show up here, and because like he is the CEO of NXT. Nigel McGuinness will show up here because he is a commentator for NXT. Ryan Katz will show up because he is a road agent, and so on. So and here you can like check out their popularity. You can check out their contract details. So you can see like, let's look at like say Pete Dunne. His contract is owned by WWE, so he's contracted to the parent company and not to us directly. They're loaning him out to us for development. He's got 6 months remaining on an $18,300 contract per month, and that contract is over 3 years. You can see the likes of his skills here. You can see his attributes here. So like he doesn't play good in like comedy gimmicks or comic matches. He's like a really good heel. He plays like a dominant badass, and he can be legit. And also you can see you can see their history up here as well. So you can see like where all they've worked in the past. Like Shawn Michaels is here as well. because like he's a trainer. Like, which is, of course, and because he's Shawn Michaels, of course he's on like Mondo paycheck here. Alright, so we'll get out of the contract screen and we'll check out the news. So welcome to TEW.com. That should be welcome to the Wrestling Observer, but anyway. NXT appoint D'Lo Brown. It took the industry by surprise. Not a lot is known about the newcomer, despite him spending like 10 plus years in the WWE system. Bruh. NXT UK is looking for a new booker. Rev Pro is looking for a booker. Brock Lesnar is the highest paid wrestler in the world, and he is on $158,500 a month. Who is Alexander Hammerstone? He's an American powerhouse. I don't know what I clicked on there. Alright, Melissa Santos works for Impact. Apparently she's one of the most popular figures in wrestling. Alexander Hammerstone is not. He works at MLW. Which means we probably don't need to worry about him, because MLW is a bit further down the pecking order in terms of like wrestling companies. Let's take a look at our product. Our style name is Takeover Wrestling. It's classic balance. We have a small women's division. It's a 3-ring circus entertainment based in the West. Face heel divide should be loosely enforced, I think. It says strictly enforced is kind of the start, but we'll kind of loosen that up. There's no weight split. There can be stables, there can be managers. Okay. Let's change. Okay, so we can't really change like the core base of the product because WWE don't want us to. You can see that. Okay, so we have both the Performance Center and the UK Performance Center. There is liable to be an even split of graduates between male and female wrestlers, and around about 12 students per year will turn pro out of this. So basically, like there is like wrestling schools and stuff that will show up here, and that's how you like get your like new wrestlers through that are like younger and are like inexperienced. So we'll go to our office here. We need to have at least 2 storylines with more than 35 heat to meet the demands of the fans. So we need to make some storylines here. Which means we should probably start looking at pre-booking some. We should probably look at pre-booking some angles before TV. Let's look at events on TV. There is a whole bunch of filler NXT pay-per-views. We'll eventually get around to like disabling some of those. We're in Monday, week 1 of June 2020. And our first pay-per-view event is week 4 of July, which I'm actually going to dormant that, and because that's like not, I'm actually going to dormant like most of these. Well, NXT does have like annual pay-per-views, I would rather than just be like NXT TakeOver and like the location. Plus, Against All Odds is a TNA name. I don't want to use that. Or I should say Impact Wrestling now. It's not called TNA anymore. But yeah, I'm just going to dormant some of these. So, over London. It's I don't want to do that. So, area and region. There's a lot of stuff here that I want to do. So, what I want to do is I'm going to rename this as NXT TakeOver Detroit, because it will be in Detroit, Michigan. It's going to be a 2.5 hour pay-per-view. NXT doesn't have a brand split, so that's why that doesn't happen there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that a Saturday the first week of July. That's going to be like our kind of 4th of July pay-per-view. This is our TV show. It's NXT Wrestling. It's an A show for the NXT brand. It's 2 hours every Wednesday, and we tape one show at a time, and it's live. It says taped one episode at a time, but it's live. Okay, so there we go. So we want to start pre-booking angles for the pay-per-view. So we should start looking at our roster and seeing like who should be up there. We'll filter out these guys and we'll take a look at our major stars here. So starting off looking out here, we've got in the major star category, we've got Velveteen Dream, we've got Tommaso Ciampa, we've got Finn Balor, we've got Charlotte Flair. Now, here's the thing. Finn Balor is a major star, but he's not a champion. Adam Cole is the champion. So, if we want to put our championship on a major star, then we need to have Adam Cole versus Finn Balor be the main event at TakeOver Detroit. So what we can do here is we can do Cole versus Balor. And here's the thing as well, because you're planning matches for like TV and stuff, you need to and like for events in general, you need to be able to set the segment length. Which means like this is how long this match is going to go. Because you have to be able to kind of account for time. So this is just going to be a regular singles match for the NXT Championship. And here's what we want to do. We want to have Adam Cole defend the title against Finn Balor. I want this to be like a spectacle because this is our main event. They need at least 15 minutes to build a spectacle. That's fine. However, we want to keep Finn Balor strong because we don't want to push him down the card. We want to elevate Adam Cole by having him beat a major star, like unexpectedly. Now let's go with an outside We can go with an outside interference finish. So Finn Balor will get interfered on by Roderick Strong. And we can add that in the note as well. And they will have an all-out match, which means they'll be like they'll be out to get the best rating possible. Which means like I'm not going to ask them to hold back. It may be intense. It may injure them. However, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's going. They're going to like have. They're going to be like doing more risky stuff to try and like get a better rating, basically. So like it might backfire, or maybe they might be able to. Maybe they might be able to like get themselves injured or something like that. Not, I was going to say the Undisputed Era is going to be ringside, but they're tag team champions, right? But yeah, Balor should be attacked by Roderick Strong, and then the interference. That's going to be the finish. And then Adam Cole will hit him with a finisher, and then it'll be a pinfall. Yeah, Balor should be attacked by Strong, and then the match should end with a pinfall. It shouldn't be an interference finish, because then the match will get thrown out. That's a DQ. So, I'll add that to the notes. It is for the NXT Championship, and we will pre-book that. We can't add it to the booking sheet because we're not actively booking stuff. We shall all pre-book another match for the North American Championship, who the champion I believe is Keith Lee, if I am correct. Keith Lee is the NXT North American Championship. Now we don't want major stars competing for the North American Championship. Keith Lee works face, so we should try and find a heel to put up against him. Tyler Breeze is a face. I would have loved to put Tyler Breeze up against Keith Lee, but I don't want to turn Breeze and Fandango heel though. That's one thing I am worried about. Tommaso Ciampa works face. I don't believe that for one moment. All of our major stars are faces. That's worrying. Even Jack Gallagher is well known and he's a heel. Where's heel? Johnny Gargano. Let's go. We'll have Keith Lee against Johnny Gargano as our co-main event, and that will be for the NXT North American Championship. We're going to have that match go 22 minutes. Remember, this is going to be a 2.5 hour pay-per-view, ideally. So what's going to happen is I want I want Keith Lee to defend. I want him to defend with a decisive pinfall finish. What kind of a match is this going to be? I want it to be like a crowd lifter, because danger moves, spectacular bumps, right? I just rescued this video by saving it from my alarm clock because I got up too early. See what I mean about this train of thought thing? I want it to be a crowd lifter. Keith Lee is going to win with a pinfall. And I will keep Johnny Gargano looking strong. That's all I'm going to do for that for now. I will pre-book that. I'm going to tell you Keith Lee is going to struggle in a match for this length. No, I'm going to turn it down and give them 17 minutes. Okay, I don't want this video to like go over like 30 minutes, so I'm going to stop it there. In the next video, we will be starting our booking for TV. We will have our first TV event, and we will start booking the actual angles themselves for this. We started off booking the matches. We've decided what direction we want to go with the matches. So in the next episode of this series, we will start off by like taking a look at like how to book angles as angles. So like going through like the storyline booker to like decide what's going on, and so on. We'll start booking our first TV show, and that'll start the build for the pay-per-view. And hopefully you'll be able to join us then.